thing.
Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. In this episode, we'll be discussing the exciting topics that were covered at NFT.NYC, including the transformative potential of AI in the NFT space, the importance of community building for the success of NFT projects, and the latest update from the Fame Ladies project. Join us as we dive into these fascinating topics and explore the future of NFTs. Let's do this.
Let's
All right.
do this.
Welcome back, Mint-ECell.
Thank you.
Oh, man, I am so bummed to have missed it, guys.
I know. We missed you.
I know.
We really did.
But I heard you did a great job. No one's surprised. And that it was still a good event, even though it was a different event.
It was definitely a different event. It was, I guess the main thing I would say, I honestly feel like it was better in a lot of ways because, and it's actually not even quite over yet. It's 5:30. They're still doing, finishing parties and all that. But we decided to come back early, and I'm glad we did. I have a lot of travel coming up, and it felt good. It feels good to be back home. But anyway, the event was held at the Javits Center this year versus closer to Times Square and in multiple locations. Last year it was primarily at the Marriott, but then there were other venues that you had to travel to see speakers. And this year it was nice because it was really just 2 floors of the Javits Center, and they had, most of the sponsor booths and a couple of stages on one floor, and then on the other floor they had the main stage and some other smaller stages. They did have a puppy room again, but I missed it. So I was really sad about that. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. We did our panel on Wednesday, and I feel like it went well.
Yeah.
And then I had the chance to check out a few other people's panels. Of course, saw the Bad Crypto podcast. Joel Comm and Travis Wright do their thing on the past.
They always crush it.
Past, present, and future of NFTs, and yeah, they were amazing. Unfortunately, they were early in the morning, so there weren't probably as many people as they would have liked. But I think that happens, especially when you're on day 2 and everybody goes out the night before. So, yeah. But everybody who was there for that event loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So attendance.
It was definitely smaller than last year. I mean, it was probably about half, but it didn't feel that way. It actually felt good because, I don't know, for one thing, there was more space in the venue you didn't feel so on top of each other. And it made for better conversations. You were able to actually meet more people, I think, because you weren't competing. Like, do you remember trying to talk to people in the sponsor area? Yeah. It was too much in like this little compact space, and you're like trying to, walk through and get around people and all that. And so like it makes just having those convos, like it elevates the level, and you can't hear. And I felt like that part was much better.
Yeah. Good.
So I really enjoyed that.
So take us through some of the things that were.
So me, I tend to like to go and support the people that I know.
Yeah. And
thankfully we had some of our past guests or upcoming guests that were there. In fact, 2 upcoming guests. So Gigi from Crypto Tech Women was there and speaking, and Jules Dudko, who is coming up. Unfortunately, I missed Jules' talk today because it was today and I was on a plane. So, but I did catch Gigi's talk, and I feel like this all ties in, minus the AI stuff. But I thought, I've been dabbling in the AI stuff, and I've been dipping my toes in Midjourney. which is the image creation. I haven't really put anything out there because I haven't got anything great yet. So I'm still learning there. But the AI stuff, you know, I learned about a couple things actually from Joel and Travis. I just added this Google Chrome extension called, what is it called? AI. Oh my gosh. It's AI PRM, and you add it to your Google Chrome extension, and then it connects with your Chat GPT, and it will help you with prompting.
Oh.
So it will
Nice.
say like what type of, what you're looking for, what style of writing you want, you know, is this for SEO purposes? Is this for YouTube or Instagram or whatever? So I literally just installed it like right before we started recording this. So I don't really know.
You'll have to give everyone an update.
Exactly how it works. But yeah, I was excited to check that one out.
Nice.
I did get to see our friend Brian Fanzo. His talk, he actually, you know, I just have to say, like, kudos to him. They had somebody drop out last minute and they asked Fanzo if he could do a talk on AI, and he just went in there and crushed it with zero prep. He was just like, oh yeah, I can do that. And so he went in there and
impressive.
Yeah, just talked about his AI art. You know, one of the things that really stood out to me was last year he was here talking about his podcast NFT or 365 NFT, and where he was minting an NFT every day, and then talking about it on a podcast every day, which is just crazy. But so he was talking about how if you had asked him last year at this time, he would have bet his whole bag of NFTs that he would never be an NFT artist. And here he is today. Now he's creating art and minting it every day for 365 days. So, and he had his artwork, it's displayed in Times Square. So like, it's just crazy how it all fits together. And when we end this show with it's actually not the end, but at the end of the updates from NFT.NYC, you'll see what I mean. But so
that's amazing.
Yeah. So it really is cool. And so then next was Gigi with Crypto Tech Women. And one of the things that really stood out to me, and I'll put a picture that I took of her slides in here, you know, in the show notes, which would be the niftychicks.io/150. Yeah.
Can't believe we're on show 150.
I know. Craziness.
That
really is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, she talks about building community. And, you know, I believe that community is, I mean, it's one of the most important things to me. It's why I'm obsessed with Fame Ladies and why I'm somehow fully immersed in all the Fame Ladies situation. I don't even want to call it drama. I don't even want to call it drama anymore. It's a situation that we're trying to figure out how to best work through.
Yep.
And anyway, so Gigi talks about building community and her 4 like pillars of that. The first is to build a strong audience of supporters, build trust and be transparent, which is one of the problems that we're having with the Fame Ladies. And then show them why they should be excited to be in your community. And then when you're building, do it with them in mind. Everything that you're building. Yeah.
I like those 4 topics. I mean, it seems so obvious, yet not easy to do.
Yeah.
Not easy to do.
Well, I feel like a lot of times you get in your own head of what you want and what you're building and your vision, but it's not about you. Right. It's truly about them and what they want, because they're the community that supports you and, you know, has helped you get to where you are.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I like it.
Yeah, I
nice
really
job,
liked
Gigi.
it. Yeah. So then this is where it all kind of ties together. I feel like one of the last sessions I saw was from Tess Robinson, who was on the show. Mm-hmm. She's with the Bulls and Apes project. And she was basically talking about mindset and getting into, or how you can get into Web3, even if you think that you maybe don't have the skills. And I loved her 3 action items for you to do. And the first is to sit down and write down your top 3 skills that could help you in the Web3 space. Next is to decide what your value is and what you want, which I loved.
I like
and
that.
then the next thing is to actually take action daily. And I feel like, we're kind of in that, I don't know, the entrepreneur spirit model and all that, but it truly is like you need to take action every single day for whatever it is whatever goal it is that you're trying to reach.
Yeah.
Whether it be like you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to finish school, or read a book even. I mean, read a book. You read 5 pages a day, read for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But you have to do something in order to reach that goal. If you're not doing something, then you're never going to get there.
That's so great. It sounds like there was a lot of, I'm wondering, give me a sense. So do you feel like the sessions and the content of this conference was better this year than it was last year?
I think yes.
I'm not surprised.
I think yes. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there was the same amount of speakers, maybe less. I don't know. I feel like it's upped its game in that sense.
Yeah. I imagine like a lot of the stuff that you pulled from that sounds like really good stuff. Last year, they were great talks, but I was like, I'm not sure how to actually take anything actionable from this. Right. So it sounds like you got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I took notes this year. I don't think I took notes last year.
Right.
I think the only notes I took last year were people that we met that I wanted to follow up with.
Right.
That
to have on the show.
Yeah. So there was that. So the last session that I saw was actually Danielle /NFTIgnition from Fame Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a show a panel about education, which is her passion. And, just educating in the space in general, making sure that people stay safe and know what they're doing in NFTs. Oops, falling off my stool. I've only had like a couple sips even.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. I was up early.
Yes. So you saw her talk. It was good. Mm-hmm. And then you chatted with her afterwards.
Yes,
Give us an update.
We had a chat. Really, there is no update. That's really reality. All I can say. We're not hearing back from them. And honestly, I'm not saying this to throw I Am Bored Becky under the bus by any means, but I feel like she's kind of
she's got to make it happen.
Yeah. We need to hear from her. We need to have that conversation with her. Mm-hmm. And or it needs to be a conversation with, like everyone coming together, the society, Danielle, Bored Becky, and figure out how to best move forward. So until that happens, we're basically at a standstill on that side of things. On the other side of things, Fame Ladies Society has actually decided to go ahead and proceed with wrapping Fame Ladies and putting them into a new contract. And I know the other team was wanting them to hold off on that until we kind of got things done, but you can only wait for so long. And I hate to say that, I mean, it's a community divided, because it kind of is. But once you have that split, both sides are, well, I know one side has been upset and been pushing for communication and transparency, which that was one of the things that like Gigi talks about is you have to build trust and be transparent. And unfortunately, that has been lost at this point, and there is no communication. So until that happens and that communication opens up, they have to proceed with their best option to continue moving forward. So that's kind of
the update, non-update.
Yeah.
But the wrap is interesting.
The wrap is interesting. And it, like we've heard from developers that it may actually be even better for the Fame Ladies. So Our goal is, and I'm hoping we make this happen. Our goal is on Tuesday. We're going to have somebody from the Famed Ladies Society come on and talk to us about everything that they're doing in the wrap and how it's going to work. There's been a lot of questions because it is something new.
Yeah.
I do know, just very high level, I know if you wrap your lady, you can still unwrap your lady and it can go back to the original contract. So there is that. And basically you're just paying gas. So
Interesting when you talk about wrap your lady.
Yeah.
So weird.
I know. It is funny. So yeah, that's basically where we're at with that. Do you want to hear about my highlight of
yes,
the
I do.
event?
Yes, I
So
do.
it happened last night. I texted her and was like, she may be replaced. I may have a new NFT BFF. But
it's okay. I actually approve of
I
this,
think
this one.
if it was the opposite way, I would feel the same way. So I had the opportunity to sit down with Lisa Mayer last night from Boss Beauties, and I was telling Jen FT before we hit the live button, I was like, when you just sit down with somebody and like we started chatting and it was very casual talk, and then all of a sudden it just like went super deep and like both of us had tears in our eyes and we're just talking about like real things. And it was, in my opinion, was like just the most amazing conversation I've had with somebody that I literally just met. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And so, I mean, she is the founder of Boss Beauties for all of you who are questioning. There she is.
Boss Beauty.
That was one of my favorite projects.
And it was almost like the start of NiFTy Chicks because you told me about Boss Beauties.
Yes.
And it was how like I really started getting into all the female-led NFT projects. And then a few months later, we were talking about doing the podcast, and then
boom, here we are.
Almost a year and a half later.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So,
it's just such a great project. And
I think that might have been where the tears came on my side, was when we were talking about like she was part of how this happened.
Yeah.
So
and then she's the only one that has NFTs hanging at the New York Stock Exchange,
which is so cool.
It is so cool. It literally brings me chills to think about it. It's just amazing. So like she's amazing. I'm so glad you got a chance to meet her. I cannot wait to have her on the show and meet her myself. Yeah.
So we are definitely, she's 100% on board to come on the show. It's just a matter of when we can make it happen with schedules and all that. So,
so
stay tuned, because that's going to be, I think that's, once you talk to her, you guys are going to all understand like how freaking amazing she is. I can't wait. So that's all that I really had from NFT.NYC. We don't have any more conferences coming up for a while. I am going to be in Lisbon at the Non-Fungible Conference, June 6th through 8th. I met a couple people that I was trying to talk into coming over there, Lisa being one of them.
Oh, so, cool.
I was like, come to Lisbon. I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. Sounds like an awesome trip.
It was.
Sad to miss it, but I got to live vicariously through you and through, I don't know if any of you were doing the same, but I was on Twitter all the time, just like hashtag NFT.NYC. I wanted to like live it. So it was very, very fun.
I do have one last thing I forgot. So the one thing that I noticed down, like on the con side of it, I felt like there were less women.
Oh, the ratio of men to women?
Mm-hmm. Than last year. I felt like there were a lot more women. And I will say, I think it has something to do with, like, our projects are all down. Like, significantly down now.
Yeah.
And so I think women were like, I
can't do this.
I can't justify spending all that money when like our projects are so in the tank. So that is one of the things that
it's real.
That Lisa and I talked about a little bit. It's one of the things we talked about on my panel. I'm hoping we will get the video from the panel that we'll be able to share with all of you once I have that. So that's, I mean, I didn't mean to end that on a down note, but that was one thing that I did notice. It kind of felt like a few years ago.
Yeah.
In this space. So
yeah, I mean, it's real.
We got to change that.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Talking to all of you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that being said, I would say follow us on the socials and share it out. Share out the podcast or, what we're doing, because that's how we get more people interested and wanting to, learn more. So
yeah,
you can do that, at the Nifty Chicks.
It's NFT. No,
the Nifty NiFTy Chicks. CHICKS. See, right there.
There you go.
Nifty Chicks. It's all over.
And
you'll find it.
As always, thank you so much for listening to the Nifty Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself because you are worth it.